and welcome to the Entrepreneur Experts Cafe, sponsored by Entrepreneurs Rocket Fuel. I'm Kimberly Crow, your host and the creator of the Facebook community, Entrepreneurs Rocket Fuel, a community by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs, helping entrepreneurs and experts get their business to the next level. Come join the community and the conversation at www.entrepreneursrocketfuel.com/Facebook. Today, I'm interviewing Consuela Munoz. I hope I said that right. She is a strengths-based leadership expert. Welcome to the program, Consuela.
Oh, thank you very much. It's awesome to be here today.
Super glad to have you with us. Would you pronounce your last name for me? Because I think I made a mistake with it.
So my first name is Consuela and last name is Munoz, like
Munoz.
the moon in the sky. Munoz.
Beautiful. And what a beautiful name.
Oh,
Thank you very much for helping me with that. So tell us a little bit about how you became a strengths-based leadership expert.
Well, I'll tell you, it wasn't overnight.
Fair enough.
Right. So, but it was kind of one day, I worked in corporate and one day I just kind of stopped because I just kind of had this epiphany, like, I am just average. Everything about me is just average. My height is just average. Well, okay, maybe I'm a little short, but my career, my everything about me was just average. And it really, really set me back. And I decided I need to do something about that. And so I sat down with myself and said, all right, what are my strengths? What am I good at? What do I enjoy doing? And what is my purpose? And let me find something that I want to do for my next thing. And I had taken the Strength Finder a little bit before that. So I had this thing about the strengths. And the thing about taking the Strength Finder assessment, it was that first time I had this glimpse that I could be more. Does that resonate? Like, I felt like I was just average and there was more that I could be.
Well, I think a lot of folks that listen to this program may feel at times that, life is just a little mediocre for them. They're not achieving all of their dreams yet. They know they could do more, or they're feeling overwhelmed and they want to do a little less too, but they're not really enjoying what they do. So I definitely understand that. Tell us more about Strengths Finder. What is that as an assessment?
Yeah, so the Strength Finder, it's actually Clifton Strengths Assessment now. It's by Gallup, the same people you hear about that do Gallup polls. And it's an online assessment. And one of the things I like about it is that it's long enough that you really can't cheat. Because if you're trying to outthink the questions, you're going to destroy your mind because it's, 45 minutes of question after question after question. And so you go through all these seemingly, interesting questions, but where is it going? And at the end of that, you get this report that tells you what are your top 5 strengths, what are all 34 of your strengths. But what it really is telling you in that report is all the things that are best things about you. All the things that make you amazing are in that report.
So then when you're teaching that, once you get the assessment, what if all of your strengths are like, I like to socialize, I like to play video games? Like, what if that's all of your strengths?
No. So these are the strengths themselves. These are strength themes. And they're really, they're those leadership themes. So you're not going to get socializing. You might get positivity. You might get woo, which is one that I have, right? So you get these things, but the point of the strengths, it's not telling you what you will do, what kind of career you will do, or what kind of work you will do. It's telling you how you will best do whatever work you decide to do.
Okay. And then if you, I actually took the Strengths Finder many, many years ago, and I don't remember what all of my top strengths were in their language because I've taken so many other assessments since then. Do they change over time? Is it worth taking it a second time, either to remind yourself or to maybe something new has emerged?
Well, for the most part, they're not going to change.
Okay.
That's what they've really found. So if you take this, now, if you originally took it and you only had your top 5 and now you take it and some in your top 5 are different, they probably were in your 6 to 10. And they shuffle a little bit. But then there's also this point of strength-based leadership. And the 34 strengths are then broken into 4 leadership domains. So that's executing, influencing, relationship building, and strategic thinking. And that, regardless of how your strengths may shuffle a little bit, is not going to change.
Okay, so wherever you are in those quadrants, it's sort of like the disc profile or something like that. You'll probably stay with your strengths in those quadrants over a period of time.
Yeah. So the domain leaders is that 4 breakout. And then you get into the actual specific strength. So even if you and I had the same strength, we would use it in a different way. And depending what our other strengths are, we could fall in different domain leadership categories as well.
Now, is there one strength that is good for leadership, or are they all necessary, or is one good for leadership and then the rest of them are supportive?
No, there isn't one that's good for leadership. And that's one of the things I absolutely love about this assessment and the work I get to do. You said expert, but I'm also kind of a strengths nerd, right? And so the thing about these strengths are, and the assessment is that that's what Gallup set out to do. They were interviewing, the top leaders across the globe. Like, what is the thing you have to be that best leader? And what they came up with are these 34 strength themes, but that it's not one of them or a set of them that makes you an amazing leader. It's that you using your strengths with purpose is what makes you a good leader or a great leader.
So connecting what you're already good at and embracing that and nurturing that, as opposed to trying to fill in gaps with something that you're not a strength at, will actually increase your leadership ability, or at least effectiveness.
It will definitely increase your ability and your effectiveness. One of the things to be a great leader, you have to be at the point where your people love to work with you. And if you are trying to lead like somebody else that you look up to. Let's say you looked up to Steve Jobs and you tried to lead the way you felt like he did, but you don't have the same strengths. That's not going to work. And your people are going to not trust you. They're not going to feel that you're as confident because they know you're not being authentic. And so you doing what you do and in control, right? If you don't control your strength, it controls you. So by you controlling them, that's when you can really start to make things happen and really increase the ability for you to relate to those people that you lead.
So are most of the people that you help, are they executives? Are they entrepreneurs? Or are they, what kinds of leaders do you work with that benefit most from your efforts?
So I would say most often I am working with corporate leaders and their teams. Okay. I find it really beneficial. I mean, obviously I can just work with the leader, but it's so much more powerful if we work with the leader and their team that's reporting to them.
Isn't it awesome how if you are a leader of an organization, you actually need leaders in your organization to take up the ball in other ways, right? And carry it forward. Is that true?
Definitely. So one of my things that I talk about is being that leader of leaders. If you truly want to be a good leader, you should be developing every person on your team to be the leader.
Well, Consuela, this has been really, really enlightening. I definitely appreciate it. If people want to work with you and learn a little bit more about their strengths and how they can leverage them properly, what's the best way for them to get a hold of you?
So I would send them to my website, and that is ownyourconfidence.com.
Beautiful. Ownyourconfidence.com. All right. So fantastic. And what will they get there when they get to the website? What will they see?
Well, they will see if they want to take the assessment. There's a place right there where they can buy some codes and be able to take that assessment for themselves, or if they want more for their team. And then always they can connect with me and have, what I call a confidence chat to see where they want to build up their confidence.
Oh, I like that a lot. All right, folks. So I'm super glad that you were able to carve time out of your day and be with us and share all of this about strengths and leadership with our audience. But before we let you go, any final words for our crew?
Yes. Owning your strengths is how you can own your confidence. And that is how you'll become the leader that everyone would love to work with.
Oh, I love it because we all want to work with who we want to work with rather than just who's there at the top. So fantastic words of wisdom. Definitely appreciate it today, Consuela. This has been another episode of the Entrepreneur Experts Cafe. I'm Kimberly Crow. We'll see you next time. Cheers.